What's up, fellas? Zanja here with another trade secrets guide for the Wizard. All right, we're on the PTR right now, Bear and we tested out a couple different Wizard builds that we think might be viable, but I guess there's some disclaimers about it at the end, right, Bear?
Yeah, there's a good amount of disclaimers about this build. Very proc reliant. It's probably not as strong as the current Firebirds build, but it's definitely really fun and satisfying to play.
Yeah, the damage when you do get the crits is pretty crazy to see. It chunks away, but
Yeah.
let's start with the gear and go over that, and then we'll do skills and we'll look at some gameplay while we're doing that and talk about how it may or may not pan out late season. So I'm gonna open up your character right here, and you go ahead and start on your.
All right,
Uh,
so it's the what 5-piece towels or 3-piece veers with the Arena Royal Grandeur again, just like season 6. The towel shoulders, towels or veers shoulders, veers boots, and then third piece of veers anywhere. And then you need the towel's neck and the towel's offhand. Bazula's probable chain as the waist. You need the Ring of Royal Grandeur, and I am actually wearing it just because the Mandel Heel is the bitch to get correct stats on. It doesn't auto roll with the socket. It only really auto rolls with int. That's the only guaranteed roll. Plus the range of the secondary is 13,000 to 14,000. So pretty hard to get perfect. Have it in your cube. That wise, prioritize a lot of cooldown. Basically cooldown everywhere except for your weapon is what I'm doing right now. Don't need skill damage on any of your gear. What else?
Crit crit is also gonna be.
Yeah, you need a lot of crit for APOC.
Yeah, and we are running APDs with this build as well. That's what we were testing it with. So make sure you got APDs in on that. You're also doing an obsidian ring on your second ring slot.
And I'm using the Starfire weapon, just mostly because of lack of a better weapon, and it actually does increase your damage by a fair amount if there's like elites on the outside of the pack or something along those lines.
Or you pop out to get into an Oculus ring and you're far away from them.
Exactly. Any weapon really works. Starfire is probably the best you're gonna have, the best option, but any weapon works.
And then you got Orb of Infinite Death and your Swami in the queue.
Yeah, Orb of Infinite Depth, Swami, Mandel Heal, like I was talking about. Build is very squishy. You need the Orb. Basically, your only damage reduction outside of your APDs.
Yeah, when we were testing this, the amount of times you can get charged or just one shot lightning is proving to be quite a pain in the butt too.
Fire chains.
Fire chains, electrify, orbs, lightning orbs.
Right when you come out of Archon, you don't have your orb stacks up. It's very painful. Rough. It's probably where 90% of the deaths happened. And another thing to add to that is you're not using the chain reaction rune on Explosive Blast. You're using the Obliterate rune to proc your old proc for towels. So it stacks up a lot slower than you're used to, I guess.
Alright, yeah, let's go into the skills then.
Yeah. So Archon, rune doesn't matter. You get all the runes. Arcane Torrent, Static Discharge. This is actually going to do a really good amount of damage and kill a lot of whites outside of Archon.
That was one thing. He was doing substantial damage.
Just because you get a lot of procs off of it.
Yeah, exactly. Which was nice. I mean, we were moving through fairly quickly and things were dying outside of Archon as well.
Yeah. Magic weapon deflection. You need the damage reduction or the shield this gives you. Calamity, not only to proc your APDs, but to give you your arcane proc. And force armor, obviously, for lack of better armor.
Mm-hmm.
Skills
on teleport.
or
Yeah.
passives. Okay. You're gonna run unstable anomaly for your proc, evocation for cooldown, audacity for 15 or 30% additional damage. Then paralysis. Paralysis you absolutely need. It's a 15% to stun all enemies hit for 1.5 seconds. This is what's proccing your Mandel heal. I think that there, so Zanji can pull it up.
There we go.
And giving you the 14,000% weapon damage. The cool thing about this ring is it actually scales with all your multipliers. So your towels, your Archon stacks, your orb stacks, your trapped, your stricken, all of that. Unlike Rhymeheart or other things along those lines. And proven to be really fucking powerful.
Yeah,
I chunked
the
a
amount
boss, or I chunked the 90 boss.
From like 90 to 10% in four procs.
Yeah, 4 procs.
Yeah.
Just getting like roughly 10,000 hits every time it procs.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, when it procs, it does do damage. And you are doing a decent amount of damage outside of Archon. The only thing that we saw is as you scale up the difficulty, this doesn't necessarily scale, right? Which
makes
it harder.
You're not getting as many kills, so you're getting less Archon stacks, so you're doing less damage. Put a few keys in solo and almost cleared 95 with this. Really difficult, but
so do you think this is more like solo? It's great, but do you think this is going to be a contender for 4-man? And we've been talking about this in our last couple of videos with the Witch Doctor. If they do some fixes to the Barber, it may not be able to compete with that sustained damage, right?
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a real contender for 4-man. Firebirds is still a little bit better. I'm hoping that they buffed the proc chance on paralysis up to like 30 or 50%. It definitely helped make it a contender for 4-man. It might be if they buff that, but it's just really squishy on top of all that.
Yeah, again, it's like the wizard from season 6.
Yeah.
Come out of Archon, and if you're not in the right spot, or you get charged, or you happen to stand on an orb, you pretty much get one shot. And we were running, as far as the support goes, I was running, your standard monk build with the only items that we really changed were Sledge Fist. And if you have an Azarath, you could put that on as well. I was using a Thunder Fury, but we were trying out the APDs again, Parthenon Defenders, so we were running a stun build to try and help survivability there. I wouldn't recommend running it without that because you still got hit. Yeah, it went back to exactly the way it played out in like season 6 with if the density was low, it was harder to keep them up. If there were a lot of mobs around, it was much easier. So you got to be careful again if you're sticking around to get the last of a blue pack or something and you only got like 5 mobs around. You might want to start moving. You should start moving to get more density because that like literally is his survivability. The more mobs you have stunned, the tougher he's going to be. But yeah, it is a fun build. I enjoyed doing the twos video with it that we just did. The twos run, it was pretty fun to watch the damage and move around. And
when it procs, it really satisfying. It's like a little burst of lightning, and the mob just instantly just starts dying.
It just goes chunk, 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 and it's dead.
Yeah.
But Yeah, so if you guys want to test this out or, jump on the PTR, give it a shot, let us know if you have any questions. Feel free to ask in the YouTube comments or jump into the channel. We're always around to help. So what's on the plate next? If they fix the barber, we're going to do another video on that.
Yep, that should be pretty fun.
That should be good.
Probably we'll do a little more with the satyr.
Yeah, we're going to test that out. We're going to fine-tune some gearing and try him out again. So there might be another satyr video coming down the line here pretty soon. But yeah, until then, keep at it. Let us know if you guys have any questions, and we'll catch you in the riffs. Later.
Peace.
Hey fellas, if you like that video, don't forget to check out the ones at the links above for some more trade secrets. And while you're at it, drop a like and subscribe.